Hey, first grade friends, and welcome to today's math lesson where we were going to work on reading some story problems and working to solve those story problems today. We will start by reading to understand the problem, then make a plan to solve it, then solve it using the plan we've made, and finally checking our answer. Again, the 4 steps: understand, plan, solve, and check. We are going to work to use these 3 strategies today, and you may have some other strategies that you've learned that work for you. But the 3 that we're going to use today are counting back, using fact families, and model or drawing the problem. So let's get started. The first problem that we'd like to share and work through today reads like this. There were 16 sheep on the ranch. Some of them were taken away. Now there are 10 sheep on the ranch. How many sheep were taken away? So as I read that story, the numbers that I heard were 16 and 10. And I also noticed that in that problem, it said the sheep were taken away. That lets me know that I'm going to be subtracting or taking something away. And finally, the question it asks is how many sheep were taken away? So the number I'm trying to figure out is how many of them were taken away from the ranch. At the start, there were 16. Some of them went away, and now there are 10 left on the ranch. So let's use the counting back strategy. In your math journal, remember you have the resources at the back of this journal. The one that I'm going to use for this is the number grid. If I wanted to use the number line, notice it doesn't go all the way up to 16, so I can't use that as my resource. But if I go to the number grid and I find the number 16, then I can count back to see how many sheep were taken away. I'll start at 16 and I'll count back to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I'm subtracting, now I'm going up and across 10. So from 16 to 10 was 6 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I were to write that equation, it would look like this. 16 sheep were at the ranch. Something was taken away, and there were 10 left. I counted back and found that 6 had left the ranch. I can check that by modeling it or using one of my other strategies. If I count back from 16 minus 6, does it equal 10? 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Yes, that is correct. Let's try another one. So we use the counting back strategy. Number 2 reads like this. Mark had 16 grapefruits. He gave 6 of them to Joel. How many grapefruits does Mark have left? I'm noticing if he's giving them away, it's another subtraction problem. We have that number 16 again, but this time it tells us how many he gave away and is asking how many does he have left at the end. So I know the numbers 16 minus, he's giving them away, 6 to his friend Joel, and we're trying to figure out how many he has left. Well, I think these look like some of the same numbers that we had in our last problem. I've been learning about fact families and fact triangles like this. Do you know what number would go here? The total is 16. Think about the last problem. 6 plus something would be 16. If you thought 10, you are correct. When I learn fact families and fact triangles, it can help me to solve addition and subtraction word problems. So I know that 16 minus 6 equals, what was it? 10. Good job. So using those fact families can also help you solve your addition and subtraction story problems. The third strategy that we'd like to use is model or drawing, and the problem we're going to solve reads like this. There were 14 whales near the shore. Some of them swam away. Now there are 8 whales near the shore. How many whales swam away? So if I listen carefully to that problem, we're again trying to figure out how many swam away, not how many we started with or ended with. We're trying to find that middle number. Let's see. 14 whales. Some swam away. I know subtraction. Trying to figure out that number. And at the end, there were 8 whales near shore. I had our friend Charlotte share this strategy with me. She was using Legos to help model the addition problems. So I brought some of those here with me to help model this problem. If we had 14 whales swimming near shore, some of them are going to swim away, and we need to make sure that there's 8 left at the shore. So what I can do is I can start taking these whales, or Legos, away until I have 8 left and see how many I took. I first start by making sure I have 14, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and now I'm going to take them away until I have only 8 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have 10 left. 5, 6. Let me double check and make sure I left 8 at the shore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I can count how many of these whales swam away. Let's see. Started with 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 whales swam away. I could pull out my number grid and check that answer to make sure I'm right. Modeling it or building it is a great way to solve it. You could also, if you don't have toys or something to play with, you can also draw it. Now, when we draw for our story problems, I always talk in our classroom about not spending a lot of time on the details. It's not about what kind of whales they are or drawing the shore. It's really just making a quick sketch, I know you know that word, of this model. So I might do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 whales swimming near shore. I know I need 8 left at the end, so I'll start by crossing them out until I have 8 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are left, and here's our number, 6 swam away. So I want you to continue to work with those strategies and think about that for tomorrow, where you're going to work on some more subtraction story problems. Thanks for working with me today. Remember, understand, plan, solve, and check your answer when you're solving these word problems. Good job.